This is the short-term strategy. I am aware that this is, in my experience, it doesn't mean advice to follow, but to remember that trading is inaccurate and doesn't mean that things always work as one imagines. Well, it works like this. In principle, I'm using two services that give me graphs of the Bitcoin or the dollar quotes. And one of them anticipates a bit to the tendencies of the second, which is where I finally do the trading. After previewing the trends of the Bitcoin per day, per hour, or every 30 minutes, or every 15 minutes, or every 5 minutes, and at the end to the minutes, and verify that the long-term trend is bullish, that prices are going up, and that fluctuations in the short term are horizontal, that prices remain in a short range. But after verifying these conditions, we started trading, and this was what I did. Trace the moving average 50 in red. Trace another moving average 10 in blue. Display the RSI and visualize the MACD, and to wait and visualize. I begin to visualize the graph and to look for the alerts notice of fall of prices when it crosses the lines of the MACD, and they are confirmed with the crossing of moving averages. And I made the Bitcoin sell. When it is confirmed, I waited until it reaches the lowest point confirmed that it could start climbing after seeing candle formation. A possible crossing of MACD lines and low levels in the RSE, better if it exceeds the lower limit. But once I saw those alerts of a possible increase, I made a purchase of Bitcoin for a lower price than the one I sold previously. In my case, I sold in 4109 and I bought again of 4,875, obtaining $26 of profit in an operation to the loss. But once I buy cheap, I waited to rise again and indicate a new high peak with possible low prices as at the beginning. And I put my purchase in automatic so that it sold in 49.90 and 49.30, obtaining $55 in profit in an operation to the discharge. Well, that's one of my experience with the Bitcoin dollar trading, in which, as a result, I got $81 of profit in two operations during 2 hours of trading. But now the long-term strategy. You will see how we can have a part of our money growing almost automatically. And it's not about buying and keeping, but almost. And we will see how we can gain some perspective by also looking at the commodity, the bond and currency market. The exchange is not always the best place to place our money, but it doesn't mean that it has to stop working for us. There are alternative markets where to have it working, and it is always convenient to have a fraction of our capital invested in the long term. If at a certain moment the stock market is not its greatest splendor, it will be because probably the money is flowing in another direction. So why not go there? Entering the ground floor. Most currencies will start at a low price and will go up in value when they succeed. Of course, that will not always be the case, especially for ICO currencies that can start with a very high valuation, depending on the structure and success of the ICO. But nevertheless, in general, it is true to say that the greatest benefit that are normally realized come from seeing the potential of a new currency much earlier than any other person, and then get on the wave of success as other traders and users, then they jump on board. So to keep up with the latest release, you can follow this bulletin board in Bitcoin Talk, this one in Crypto Coin Talk, or a dedicated website like Altcoin Calendar. Buy a rumor, sell news. And this is an opposite trade that is very important to consider. As already mentioned, this is a highly news-oriented market with big changes based on news announcement, launch function, associations, and so on. So you can expect great news to raise the price immediately. But what you have to realize is that most of the time, the news has already been valued by many buyers who expect it to happen. And buying after the news has been announced can still be profitable from time to time. So this is not a hard and fast rule that you should always follow. But it is true that the best profit direct people who currently anticipate the news, buy before buy a rumor, and then sell at any price increase as a result of newcomers who enter the market after the news. Now, investor activist. So compared to the shares of or currencies of any other traditional market, this is a unique opportunity within cryptography for individual investors to get involved in helping their investment to succeed. and many people will be deeply involved with the currency they support. So being active members of their community of users, helping to promote them, and generating a brainstorm and criticizing new ideas in the forum, establishing new sites and services, and even getting involved in the development of a code through an open source file like on GitHub. But if you have something to contribute, then this can be a good way to add value to your investment, while also engaging in something that you really enjoy and feel passionate about. You can also help you get an inside track of what is happening, improving your ability to make informed decisions. But do not fight against the market. When you are trading in smaller markets, you may notice that your own decisions have the power to move the markets. Even small offers placed on books can raise the price, so others can move their own offers up to exceed your price. It is tempting when you notice this. Try to use this power to your advantage. Unless you're a true whale and really know what you're doing, this is almost always a bad idea. It can be particularly tempting to do this when you notice that the value of a coin you have is going down. But many traders will be tempted to put purchase orders down, not because they have analyzed the price movement and think it is a good idea, but to support the price and stop further the downtrend. So be a whale. Some cryptocurrencies have a very low market capitalization, maybe even as little as $10 or $20,000. This means that even a normal amateur trader with a few $1,000s to play may find himself in the position of being a cryptocurrency whale, and anyone can be a big fish in a pond small enough. So buy a coin very low value that you think may have the potential, and you can become a big fish in a small pond. It can be a very profitable strategy, but also very dangerous. It may be the case that only your own purchases can push the price of a currency significantly, which means that they are worth much more than what was paid for them immediately after their purchase. But the problem is that there cannot be many buyers close by to take them off, so you can keep the bag for a very long time, maybe even until the coin has completely failed and been abandoned. So a key thing to look for is if you're going to apply this strategy. If the volume is the volume. So if you can find a currency that has a very low valuation but still maintains a reasonable volume level, then this may be the perfect opportunity for you to go big and raise the price. Of course, you should also observe the technology and other factors to make sure you're putting your money into something that has genuine potential. And you should also be aware that it is possible for people to falsify the volume of an exchange just by making exchanges between them back and forth. But some of the useful resources like CryptTrader, which is a wide range of graphics and tools for analysis and technical analysis for altcoin traders, CryptoTrader, which you can buy a wide range of automated commercial bots, and CoinMarketCap, which is all main coins classified by market capitalization with basic price graphics and list of active markets.